Yo, what's going on? It's Sunny here with another video. And in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about what happened yesterday. That demolition that happened in B-More, which is great. Hell of a game by the Ravens. And it was funny because the Ravens approached this game very differently. Again, we're going to talk about it very, very soon. Also, we're going to talk about the playoff picture because that has me worried. Remember when I said to you guys, win all and we're making the playoffs? Yeah, I don't know. It's looking dicey now. I had no faith. There's a bunch of different opportunities. The Ravens can go all the way to 5. It can stay at 8. It's crazy to think that this year, with the expanded playoff, a team as in with 11-7 will miss the playoff. That would hurt. Anyway, shout out to everybody that joined the live stream. Paul Masek, Don Dimelo. By the way, Don Dimelo, I owe you a conversation. And Raven, Jason Moyers, shout out to all of you. Okay, yesterday, let's start. Great all-around game. There was a blip. And I know a lot of you guys follow me on Twitter. There was a blip early in the second half that the defense forgot to show up. And then the fumble happened. And obviously after that, nothing more, nothing less. Team just finished that game. David, DR, Bruno, Dre, 1-2, 1B more. So let's talk about the defense for a moment. Yannick had a game. I expected Yannick to have a game. I expected if Campbell had to have a game. Because the reality is, they say this game to mean nothing. You know, especially Yannick, all the trash talk with the front office of Jaguars. He ain't gonna let this one go. I predicted 2 sacks and a forced fumble. He got 2 sacks and a forced fumble. I got lucky in that one. So Yannick played good. Our D-line is playing really, really good. Let me pull some of the stats here. This is important. And then, sorry about this. Here, you got me unprepared. Okay, so on the Jaguar side, Minshew only 7 misses, meaning 27 incompletions, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that's the reality. He was under duress. He was under pressure, which is what I want to see. Remember, the secondary was limited in the case of we didn't have Marcus Peters. We didn't have Jimmy Smith. We had a half-ass secondary. But I said in this game, key is stopping Robinson. He had 16 carries for 35 yards. That is what you needed to do. The other guy, Ogunbowale, I think is how you pronounce his name. He broke up like a 15-yarder. But other than that, you held him in check. There was a lot of small completions for Minshew. There was a 1 big to Eifert, 1 big to D.J. Chark. Other than those 2, the passing games held his own. I will still sustain what I said earlier yesterday. Yesterday when shout out to Raven, he came to the video. But earlier before Raven came, I said Calais Campbell should not play and Jimmy Smith should not play. Reality is there's 2 players. You should not need them to beat the teams that you have, left, the Giants or the Bengals. But you need them in the playoff and you need them healthy. Calais Campbell has not looked healthy. You need him healthy. Jimmy Smith definitely has not looked healthy. You need them healthy. Okay, so this defense came to ball on the D-line side, especially on the D-line side. The secondary, again, it was injured. It was hurt. For the most part, they did their thing. I would say Marlon Humphrey, in my opinion, with his worst game of the season. He got that Robinson got that touchdown pass over him, and both touchdowns were Marlon was in the air. The Robinson one, Patrick Queen was defending him, but Marlon was there. He couldn't make the play. And the other one was on Chris Conley, and he even pass interference. Soft pass interference, nonetheless. So Humphrey had, in my opinion, not a great game. Bruno here says Everett played well. I have been saying that Everett has been playing well for a while. So I actually feel comfortable in the playoff if we bring top 2 Jimmy Smith, top 2 Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters. That's what I mean, top 2. Jimmy Smith, and Averett. If you bring me those four with Williamson as fifth, I'm happy with those corners, right? So we need to get Jimmy Smith healthy, and then at that point, our corner. This is an opportunity for the Ravens to go into the playoff, not only being a very, very dangerous team, but fairly healthy, which is important and key in the playoff. Let's talk about this offense. This offense has been rolling lately. This game basically started in the first drive with Lamar throwing a bad pass, double coverage, bad pass to Hollywood. I don't want Lamar to force feed no one. And that was a bad one. After that, Lamar settled in. He went 17 completions on 22 attempts, super efficient, 243, 3 touchdowns. This is a game that he didn't look to run much. Lamar 10 carries, 35 yards. But the reality is a lot of those carries that he had with like 3 or 4 yards wasn't that he was looking to rush and run. Michael Gibson, yo, Sonny, good seeing you. Yeah, man. And for those you don't know, I know that the channel hasn't been putting as much videos before. I'm in England. Yes, I'm in that land where the virus is mutating. And as you can see here, it's 10:36. Can you see that? No. Oh, well, it's 10:36 over here. No, it's early for you guys. Always cheering for the Bengals. David said we need to rotate Colin Castillo with Macari. Every once in a while, he did awesome. Look, I said this. I don't know what Skur is getting active. Skur should be bench inactive, and I will take CC, right? Colin Castillo as my backup center for Macari. If corners are healthy and this can give us 2 to 3 catches in a game, we will be dangerous. Anyway, so Lamar played great. I would say I love Tyler Huntley. He was super electric with the ball. His throws weren't bad. J.K. Dobbins had an average game. 14 carries, 64 yards, 4.6 yards a carry. Not bad. Gus only 9 carries, 42 yards, 4.7 the clip. Gus is awesome. He is awesome. I would love if he can get more opportunities here. Marquise Brown showing up with pass over the top on the outside of the numbers. That was great. 6 catches, 98 yards, probably one of his best games, at least in a while. Mark Andrews, typical game for him, 5 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Gus Edwards with that big long pass. Well, that wasn't super long pass, but in Gus Edwards' range, that was huge. 2 catches, 36 yards. The one that I'm looking here, obviously, Des Bryant's the one that everybody's talking about, 1 and 11. I love the one that Pat Ricard carried. What is it, guys? Miles Jack. Look, let me say this. Miles Jack, whatever he's been paying, he's not been paying enough, because this dude is the reason why we didn't break up more run plays. Dude was outstanding. Miles working with a 1 catch for a touchdown. He made a great play in the stretch. He did phenomenal. And this offense was super efficient. And if we look back at this offense, it's so sad, right? Because right now we are dependent on different teams. Because if I'm looking here, schedule, obviously we just beat the Jaguars. We beat a good Browns team. We crushed the Cowboys as well. Barely lost with our Pee Wee team to the Steelers. Horrible loss against the Titans. That basically Lamar had a bad game, and the defense forgot how to defend at the end. This is the very, very bad loss to the Patriots. That's the loss right now. They have you in the 7th seed. If we would have beaten the Patriots, you know where we'd be sitting? Number 5 right now. But that cost us. And look, close loss against the Steelers when the Steelers were playing good. Ravens beat the Colts. So we have our losses are like other than obviously we had the KC. The KC wasn't close, but other than the KC, the rest of the losses were very, very close. It's sad that we are basically on the outside looking in. This is a team that definitely can make some noise. Under points always. Boykins going up and snatch. I know I want to see more from Boykins like that. This physicality is rubbing off on Boykins the past couple games. Good to see. I agree. Should have been the Titans. I don't know what you're saying, Kelly. I don't know what you're trying to say, but can you just expand on that? And yes, please hit that like. I will appreciate that and share the content. Okay, so obviously this game felt like destruction, and that's what we needed, and that's what this game was basically molded to. The next two games should be like this. Should be Huntley coming in the fourth quarter, getting some time with it. So Ryan, me and Nubo haven't been able to collab. We have been talking about it. Probably as you guys know, Nubo lives in California. So me and him are currently 8 hours apart. So it's kind of hard. We have been trying. We did it after the Patriots game. We're gonna do another one in the near future. But right now it hasn't been able to happen. Shout out to my boy Joe Nubo. Anyway, so the next two are definitely I'm gonna bring this and I'm gonna share the screen with you guys. Hold on here. Okay. Boom. Okay, so this is a playoff machine. A lot of you guys can see it, but this is why I'm a little bit nervous. And again, talking about the next two games, if the Ravens lose any, they don't deserve this. Also, I said this before. A lot of you said, no, Sonny, we can make it a 10-6. There's no way we're gonna make 10-6. Actually, an 11-5 team might not make it. It's gonna be that close. So 11-5 for sure. Lose one game, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. That's my stance. Okay, so I'm gonna try to be fair, but I'm gonna also give you some scenarios. I'm gonna just basically go through how I see the first go around. Steelers win tonight. I think it should be pretty simple. I agree. Chris Griffith, I agree. Okay, so the Saints here, Buccaneers, Cardinals. Look, this is a game that Dolphins could lose. It's in Las Vegas, but have you seen Vegas lately? Nope. Browns here, Baltimore. And this is a tough game here for the Steelers. I'm going to give it to the Colts because I feel like the Colts are playing a little bit better, but I would be surprised if the Steelers win. And if the Steelers win, that's one of the scenarios for us to make the playoffs. Sure here. I mean, these games really don't matter. But let's just pick it just for giggles. Let me give it to them. Okay, here's another one. I do think Tennessee will lose this game, and then the Bills. Okay, so look like that. Next week, we're still out of the playoff. Right now, there's a way we're in the playoffs if for some reason the Steelers win. Look who pops in that 7th seed, right? But I think this is what's going to happen. Sadly, I think this is what's going to happen. Let's talk about Week 17. Here's another critical game. The question is, does Buffalo want to maintain 2 against 7? Well, they want to maintain 2, and they want to play the 7th. But losing might cost them that 2nd seed. I'm gonna go with Buffalo, but I wouldn't be surprised if they bench everybody and they treat this as a bye week. Okay. I don't know, Patriots. Another critical game, another one. Look, if the Steelers for some reason win, that's how we get to the 5th seed, right? If they lose, if they lose, then we stay in the 6th seed for now. Here's what we got to the 7th seed. Look, this is the important thing. Look, if here's 11-5, you're missing the playoff. Let me keep it like this for a moment. Colts, KC, Giants, W. I mean, these games again, they don't matter as much for me. So here's the scenario: 11-5. This is the worst case scenario for the Ravens. 11-5. The Steelers are trash, and they cost our playoff game. It's impossible, and it's so hard to think about this. But we need the Steelers to win 8 games from the next 2, not including this one. If at any given point the Steelers win, look at this. Boom. It's crazy because the Browns, if this scenario happens, the Browns are 12-4. This just sucks for the Browns. 12-4. The Steelers pull this game. Boom, the Ravens make it to the 7th seed. The Steelers jump all the way to the 2 seed. Right? That's one scenario. The other scenario, Buffalo wins here. Boom, the Ravens are there. Right? I do think Miami's going to win this game, guys. I think they're just going to basically treat it as a bye week. This is a critical game here, but let's talk about week 16 here. Obviously, if Vegas wins, we can make it, but main game is here because if the Steelers win, that changes everything. What we want is Tennessee to win the division. If Tennessee wins the division, we have the tiebreaker against the Colts, and it doesn't matter if the Colts win next week. This is again why, even though it's disgusting, we want the Steelers to win. Look, if the Steelers win, not this week, they can lose this week for all I care. But week 16, if they win on week 16, automatically we're in. Look at this, 11-5. And if for some reason the Steelers also pull the victory against the Clowns, boom, 6 seed, right? Regardless, looks like the Ravens are going to be matching one of these two teams, which is fine. Somebody was asking me, who do you want to see? Well, the reality, I just want to make it to playoff. I don't care who I see. I think we could beat anybody how we're playing. The round says, what's up, Sonny? It's Victory Monday. Ravens Nation, big trust for sure. Okay, so different scenarios as I was explaining. Miami has 2 tough games, no pushovers. The Raiders should win this game. It's in Vegas. Miami has to travel. Raiders play on Thursday night. If for some reason Vegas ends up pulling this game, now you're sitting pretty, right? Now we know the scenario going to against the Bengals on week 17, but you're looking really, really good for that playoff spot. You in the playoff spot. So far, and that matters as soon as Miami loses. Doesn't matter what the Steelers do. Again, the best scenario for you is Steelers win both because you can go all the way to the 5th seed. And why is the 5th seed important? Look, the reality is for the Ravens, this is the best case scenario. Let me see something here. I think that is pretty fair. So the Steelers will finish 2. And okay, why is this an important scenario? The reality is, again, I think here Steelers can lose. Browns could win or not. I don't know. I think Buffalo's a good team. And here's a rematch, which is perfect. Let's beat them in Tennessee. Let's beat them in their own turf. If that happens, now you get Indianapolis against Kansas City and the Ravens against Buffalo, going to Buffalo. Well, it's going to be hell over there, cold as hell. Well, but that's perfect for our Ravens type of game. Boom. And then Casey would destroy Indy. And then Ravens and Kansas City. There is your path to the AFC Championship. But again, starts with us winning every single game. If you drop one again, you're done. There's nothing there for us. But if you don't drop it, you are looking good. And I know the Ravens put this every week, but this is the game and this is the opponent you have to root for. As gross as it sounds, the Steelers. In reality is, look, if the Raiders win, which is the easiest path, then you can see this happening. Because the Steelers ain't looking good. And then we play Buffalo. The problem being a 7 seed is that's who your next opponent is, Kansas City. Which is fine again, guys, because at this point you want to make the playoffs to have a chance, and then you go battle it out. And this will be a hell of a game. I think the Steelers get pushed out against the Clowns. Who knows, these two teams. But this is the scenario that I don't want to see. And look at this, Buffalo, it doesn't matter because the Steelers will lose 2 games. I think another possible scenario, maybe a little bit more likely, is the Steelers win next week and they lose to Browns. And then that point doesn't matter if Miami wins or not. It's just seeding, right? But again, basically, you need the Steelers to win one of these two next games, and you're in. Obviously, winning every game, plus the Steelers win a game out of the next two, not including this one. This is a bye week for them, in my opinion. If they lose today, there's no chance in hell they're going to win the next two. If you guys follow me in the AFC North talk, this is what I said to Tony. I said, like, yo, if for some reason you guys lose to the Bengals, you ain't going to win any games left. But this is the Dolphins either losing. So the Dolphins need to lose one, either to Oakland or to the Bills. That will make us go in. Again, I don't think they will beat the Bills because I think the Bills will treat this as a bye week. And Tennessee can lose one, which I think they will next week. And that doesn't matter to us. This is a team that you need to lose one. And they're not losing to the Jaguars. So week 16 will tell you a lot of things that you need to know, Ravens fans. A lot. Because if for some reason, worst case scenario, you see this, yeah, the Tennessee game doesn't matter. But if you see that, right, Miami and the Colts and the Browns winning, I don't think the Browns will lose, right? If all of those three teams win, and they're all, I think, at 1 o'clock, it's looking bad for week 17 because I don't have faith in the Steelers. I think the Bills will bench everybody because if the Steelers will lose that game, I guess they can play for seeding, I guess. But more likely scenario is they're just going to fold, probably. I like this playoff picture. Bring me the Steelers again. I would love that. Actually, let me throw this out right now. That is my favorite bracket. We finished in the 6th seed. We play Pittsburgh, rematch in Pittsburgh. I'll take my chances there. Cleveland and Buffalo, sure. And I mean, Cleveland could win. They're a running team that pulls well against Buffalo. And here's a rematch in the North. I don't care. Although here, if the Browns win and we win, then we face where these two teams win, which would be lovely. Again, this is, in my opinion, the best bracket. And how this happens is Colts beat the Steelers, and then the Steelers beat the Browns. All this thing is iffy, guys. You need Miami to lose a game. Possible. Not probable, but possible. Steelers to win a game. Probable. Not possible. Probable. And that's it. Because these two are making it. There's, I mean, for the Colts not to make it, I guess if they drop that game against the Steelers, that's how they don't make it. And then we get the 5th seed. Okay. So let me see. Thomas Work says, I'm dreaming the tough Buffalo resting players against Miami. Yeah, I mean, I agree, but think about it. Like, if you're Buffalo, usually you will get a bye, right? 13-3. 13-3 or 4. Yeah, 13-3 is what they can finish. Yeah, 13-3. Usually you would think bye week. Right, so they can say, well, you know what? Let's be 14-2 or 12-4. Sorry, 12-4. Let's take that bye week. I can see it. I can definitely see it. Let's rest our players and be ready for, in this case, in this bracket, Baltimore. The question is the Steelers, guys. Look, Phillip Rivers is a turnover machine. Again, if the Steelers beat the Colts, we're good. Because Phillip Rivers is a turnover machine. Their offense for the Steelers has sucked so bad. So the question is, can they, force turnovers and then, God, man, get that W, man? And that's, I feel nasty for saying this. I'll be pulling for Vegas. As soon as Vegas wins, we're good. The reality is I had no faith in Vegas. I had no faith in the Steelers. And this is why Sonny is worried right now. I have no faith in those two teams. I do have faith in the Browns. So I had the Browns here, and here's a game that all depends. The Bills are better than Miami, especially in Buffalo. Is Miami ready? Is Buffalo ready to play, or are they resting? If they're resting, Miami wins. Boom. I don't like that. Definitely don't like that. If Buffalo comes to play, then boom, 7 seed, 11-5. Look, it's crazy to think a 11-5 team might miss the playoff. That is insane. That is insane. I cannot see it happening, but I think it will happen this year. The only way it doesn't happen if it's the Miami Dolphins, the team that is not gonna make the playoffs at 10-6. 10-6. Look at the 7 seed here. Obviously, look at the WT. 10-6 might miss the playoffs in the AFC. The AFC is packed. It's loaded. It's a really good division. So Thomas Morgan says that Colts game being in Pittsburgh is good for Baltimore. Yes. But again, all I want is them to beat them because then I can go back to rooting against the Steelers. I'll take the 7 seed. I don't care. I really think the Steelers are not gonna. They might lose the next two. So let's rule for one of the. Oh my God! Last time I went to a game of Baltimore versus Oakland, the fan base was obnoxious, more obnoxious than the Steelers fan base. So, but I'm pulling for you guys to finish 8-8. Yes, I'll pull it for you guys. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it for the video. If you have any questions, this will be the time to ask them. Ravens are playing power football. They're going back to their basics. They're going back to what made them good, what got them to 14-2 last year. That is the Ravens football that we need to play. We need to just smash them. Let me also give a shout out here to Ben Powers, a guy that I've been very high on. Boom on right guard. The right guard position should be good for the next couple of years. This is something I said yesterday. I think Orlando Brown Jr. should be traded at the end of the year because Orlando Brown Jr. will be paid handsomely, and we probably can keep him. So, although I love Orlando Brown Jr., you can probably get either first or a high second for him, or maybe a first and a third, depending how the market is. And if that is the price tag, you go trade him. Why would you trade Orlando Brown Jr.? Well, you hope Tyre Phillips can be your right tackle, but not only that, that first and third, now you can package it and try to trade for a receiver, veteran, ready to come to Baltimore, ready to pound, because we need that big, tall, 50-50 guy. It doesn't matter. KC is toying with people. Bell might be the X factor. Look, KC, which I do think is the best team in football. This is their scoreboards. All W's, but this is it. 32-29. Close one. 33-27. 22-16. 27-24. 35-31. 33-31. Those are their last 6 games. They won by 3, 6, 6, 3. Right? And the opponents are Panthers, Raiders, Buccaneers, Broncos, Dolphins, and Saints. Last big win was against the Jets. They demolished the Jets and the Broncos back to back. So, okay. So the reason why I say trading Orlando, Dre. Okay, so the reason why I said trade Orlando is because Orlando is a free agent after next year. And I don't know if we're going to have the money. And if we don't have the money, the best case scenario is if you can get a first and a third for him, you do it. Now, I'm having an emotional attachment with Orlando Brown Jr. I love how he plays. I think he is a solid, not great, solid tackle. And, the whole story with his dad, I think is awesome. So, Okay, let me read this. Have been amazing so far. He has always been a Raven. I think they look to dump other people. But the question is who? Mark Andrews? Maybe. I don't know. I think if he plays a good left tackle and the price is right, you do move for. Again, I love the guy. It's just this will go against what I love because I love the trenches. But if he's gonna be commanding 20 plus, it's gonna be hard to keep him because we already paid Stanley. Then you have smoked the Saints yesterday, but they won. My point here, Thomas, is they let everybody hang around, and that's gonna bite them with somebody that's gonna come back all the way. Because it's like they start hot and they're like, whatever, we won. And then they let everybody sit in and come back. So and that's not good for them. That's not good for them. That's what I kept saying about the Steelers, and now it bite them in the ass. Right? It bite them in the ass. So yeah. Yeah, Big Baby is probably gone in 2 years when Orlando Brown Jr. is a free agent. Well, Peters is also probably gone, but the problem is, we'll see. I mean, I would like to keep Orlando Brown. I like him. I like the story. I like how he embraced Baltimore. But if you tell me, Sonny, one of these guys has to go, who it is, well, that guy has a lot of trade value, so you trade him before he makes it to free agency. You have to keep Mandrews. Hollywood, I don't know. I have my doubts that he will stay. I don't know if he will, want even to stay. But anyway, guys, that's one of the theories that I have. We'll see how this offseason works out. Obviously, O-line is critical. You want to keep a good O-line. That is the Orlando Brown situation. It is important if you think Phillips can be that right tackle. If Phillips can be the right tackle, you're good. If Phillips cannot be the right tackle, well, yes, I don't want them to trade Orlando Brown because I don't want to create a hole in the O-line. Trenches are the most important position, all five together, outside of the quarterback, okay? Great O-line can make average running backs look good and average quarterback look good, okay? In the case of Baltimore, in my opinion, we have an average O-line right now, and Lamar's making them look good. So Dre says, I love the story plus the value when we picked him, but I understand. No, yeah, again, we'll see. We'll see with Orlando Brown. KC are the champs and know what they need to do to not burn out. We'll see. They definitely have a bye week, so we'll see. Anyway, it's one problem with KC, or two problems. Defense is not looking great, and they haven't been able to run the ball consistently. Passing, obviously, is super sharp. So we'll see. Terry needs to cut weight to be a better player. Maybe. Anyway, my guys, thank you for joining this live stream. Tomorrow, AFC North Talk will be back at 5:45. We're gonna do it's gonna be a long show because we're gonna preview the games and we're gonna review the games. Okay. Yeah, maybe you're not wrong with that one. I like your Tyrone. So check that out tomorrow, 5:45 p.m. Eastern. Also, like I have been saying in the past couple of days, a lot of people, not having food on the table, try to donate if you can to your local food bank. Also, Toys for Tots with the holidays, just to put a smile in the kid's face. Shout out to Lamar Jackson. He went and donated a bunch of toys to local kids. I appreciate that. Ocho is awesome. Dude is awesome. Let me see here. Last two questions, and with this, we're going to close. One is from Don Dima. Are we going to be able to hide our backup QB? Well, you don't have to hide him anymore because the other two are on IR, and that's it, right? You don't have to. He will be part of the expanded roster. As soon as the season is over, you can have more than 53, right? So what's going to happen is when the season starts next year, all you're going to do is say Trey and Huntley. You two battle it out to see who wins the backup role. Because RG3 is not coming back. You're going to save that money. He is the family. Hey, is the family going to like Xmas over there? I don't know, man, because we're in a basically another shutdown over here, man. You saw what happened to London? Yeah. Yeah, man. We'll see. I like the up tempo early in the game. Yes, Lenny. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining the live stream. Yes, that up tempo was good. Look, again, what we need to do, Ravens, start fast, punch them. Don't let them come back from that. And we should be good. We should be good. Anyway, thank you for joining us. As you head up, please hit a like, share this video for everybody for the channel, and go check if you haven't the SD North Talk. As I'm bringing more and more live streams and other videos, please hit that bell so you can stay informed every time I upload a video. Shout out to you, Marcus. Thank you for watching. Good seeing you guys. I'll see you next time. Peace out.